Well, actually, I think that these days when most people hear AI, what they think of is ChatGPT or maybe Copilot, because large language models and generative AI in general have affected so many people in their daily lives in the past few years, and they will affect also in the future even more than so far. In real life, AI is of course more than just that, ChatGPT or Copilot. In my field, especially large language models and content services, it's more used today than it was in the past for different kinds of use cases, not only translation that people usually think of, but also for other things like sourceless content generation, translation quality evaluation or source content quality evaluation, and also what is, I think, very interesting at the moment, content adaptation in its different formats. And it's of course also not just about text, it's also about multimodal AI, summaries of spoken language. It could be about video generation, image, different types of content generation in a multilingual environment and context. And all this requires sort of professional approach. It's not as easy as many people think it is. And well, at Acolad, we are of course doing all that on professional level, but we're also doing things like robotic process automation and other types of AI that are not as directly linked to languages and language services. One of the maybe most common misconceptions that I have encountered in the past 2 years is that AI would have solved the translation problem altogether, that there would not be need for human translation anymore. In actual fact, in reality, large language models are still today not able to produce content that would be 100% reliable, 100% faithful to the source content, which are both qualities that we traditionally seek to have in good translations. The models have, of course, become better than what they used to be. And some part of that reason behind that is that they are able to use a larger context than, for instance, neural machine translation, not on sentence level only, but on document level. But it's still true that they need strict control mechanisms in place in order to work as we want them to work. So it's usually not possible just to go to ChatGPT and prompt away and get a foolproof, really good translation that would be on a human quality level. However, there are things that we can do there. There are control mechanisms that we can use, and then hallucinations, mistaken terminology, or other things that you usually see in LLM translations that have been created by people who are not professionals can be controlled and prevented. Some of these things are actually something that people don't even notice if they are not professional linguists. So that's where you still need the services and the people who know what they are doing. Another misconception that I have seen quite often is that AI would also more widely replace people, often in white-collar professions, and take their work away. It will not. It will make us more efficient, more productive, better even than what we used to be at our work, but it will not replace us. It will not replace the humans, because the humans are still needed to tell the AI what exactly it needs to do. Well, at least in our industry, in language industry, I see many areas where we can implement AI and bring lots of costs and time savings, which are usually the benefits that people are looking for when they want to implement AI. For instance, we're able to affect the way we're doing translations or doing proofreading. We can use AI there to take over the repetitive tasks, the easy tasks, and actually that enables us and our customers to focus on the things that really matter, for instance, critical content. where the experienced, highly educated linguists are actually needed instead of using the machine for that kind of material. The humans are also there to ensure that AI is actually performing well, that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. So instead of translating themselves or doing transcreation or copywriting or whatever, they are evaluating what AI is doing and also improving it. Of course, this is as such nothing new. We have been there for already decades within this industry and doing these things, but it's getting better and better and it's being involved more and more. What I can also see happening is that AI in quality evaluation in translation processes and related processes is really bringing big benefits because it's saving time. There used to be processes that were really time consuming, really taking a lot of effort from the humans, like for instance cleaning up TMs and cleaning up glossaries, term mining, etc. AI can help with a lot of heavy lifting there, and actually also enabling a higher level of quality transparency towards the end users and our customers, which is a big benefit because they don't need to wonder whether a translation is actually good or not. They know how good actually it is, and they can also there then optimize the efforts, focus on the channels and the processes where the effort is needed, which can at best create huge savings for many international organizations. Those are just a couple of things where we can use AI. It's basically everywhere in this industry these days. Well, I think that we have sort of already passed the hype period that was there, and we're seeing a lot more maturity among our customers when they are implementing AI, and also in this industry at Acolad and at our competitors as well. So I think that AI is slowly becoming a natural part of everyday life for all of us. We learn more about it, we know how to use it. It's going to be a bit like the internet is today or social media is today. It's just a tool and a daily companion, something that you don't really think about. You don't see it as something new and amazing anymore. And we will be using AI agents for work and also in our free time. We will be talking to chatbots and robots. We will be seeing a lot more of that in our daily lives, and it will feel just as natural as posting to Instagram does today. And of course, it's also then a huge business impact because the way we are working in many different professions is changing, and AI will also open totally new business areas, totally new business opportunities that were not there before. Well, first I would say that if they are starting to explore today, they are already a bit late. But then the good thing about being a bit late is that you can also learn from the mistakes that others have made before you. So the first thing I would think about would be how to choose your first POCs, your first pilot projects, and how to actually measure the success of those projects. So, because that will give you the success criteria, the things that you need in order to expand then from there to actual AI adoption implementations. And then the second piece of advice that I would actually give would be to think about change management, because AI is not only a positive thing for many people, and that will be something that many organizations need to tackle sooner or later. Ignoring AI today will mean losing significant competitive edge. AI's business impact that I have talked about before means that there are huge savings potential, there are huge efficiency potential, and if you're not taking that chance, if you're not there in the game, you are basically losing. It's also something that will help companies to innovate when they go forward. So if they are not using AI, they are also losing their future, so to speak.